My friends, we begin tonight's Monday episode with a lot to discuss, a lot of discussions. I don't even know where to start. You and I are probably digesting Candace's latest contribution, which is, of course, mind blowing. We're going to be talking about that and also why it's imperative that Erika Kirk must resign right now. It's gotten to the point where it's just stupid. And how some people still don't understand that nobody is merely being mean to a widow, but a widow who is far more involved in not necessarily the dispatch or the removal of her husband, but far more involved in what's going on, in what happened, in what led on up to that. And plus, we've got a couple of great announcements coming up. But first, I want you to understand something. I can't say this enough. Whenever I talk about this product, people always say, oh, everybody's got a product. You're selling gold and this one's selling this. And these are great products. People really believe in what they're saying. But if ever there was one that to me was the most obvious, it's if you had to get out of your house, just leave, not protect your house, leave. You had to go for whatever reason. And if you can't think of a good reason, well, you're not paying attention. Would you have the ability to have your items contained in what is called a bug out bag? Would you be able to have them available? Would you be able to use them? Would you be able to utilize them? Well, would you? Do you have one? Well, I've got the answer for you. When disaster hits, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on what you already prepared. Wildfires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, EMP and grid attacks, riots, disaster. Get it? And when the warning comes, there's no time to search for flashlights or bottled water or first aid supplies while your family waits at the door. That's why My Patriot Supply created the fully stocked bug out bag. You've got to get this. It's a rugged, grab-and-go tactical backpack packed with 60 emergency essentials, including food, water, shelter, fire, starting tools, lighting, first aid, and more. Everything is already packed and ready right out of the box. Keep one in your car, your home, your RV, your office, your cabin, because the emergencies never make appointments. And right now, you can get $100 off plus free shipping for a limited time. So act now. There will be no special invitation in life. Disaster always comes unannounced. Get prepared now. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com and click the link today. My friends, I always have to remind myself that there are some new folks coming on board who might say, let me just saunter on in. Let me see what these people are talking about. So we might have to explain some stuff that might seem repetitive to those of you who already know. So forgive me. Remember, one of the rules of radio, you always got to imagine somebody's getting into the car in the old days and turning on the radio, which is where most people heard the radio. So you always have to kind of reset and let people know who you are. Before we begin, let me tell you something, a couple of things. First of all, Friday, Sabby Sabs, be talking to her regarding another fascinating look at this new level, this new channel, so to speak, this new frequency of great information, great thinking, and from people who come from our way of thinking from different angles. I did an interview today with a guy that for the longest time I always thought he was just a radical lefty. He and I are speaking exactly the same regarding what's going on in the world in America now. So anyway, Sabby Sabs, Friday, pay attention. And on the 26th, a week from this Friday, at noon Eastern Time, Candace Owens. Make a note of it. September the 26th. How about June? June. Candace Owens, right here, live. Okay? Make sure you are ready. Okay? We have others coming up too. I've been talking to some folks. I spoke with Tucker today. He'll be looking at maybe the first part of July. Uncle Buck, his brother, we're having some good times. This guy, he's the funnier. He's funny. Anyway, so Tucker's coming. He said absolutely. So get ready. This will be the place to be. But Candace Owens will be here. Guaranteed. Absolutely positive. Could not be nicer. Could not be nicer. And yet, some people still don't understand. They say, how in the world do you do this? Oh, by the way, this is my memory of when Trump was Trump. This is from 2020. Remember Trump 2020? Remember Trump? Remember the America First guy? Remember him? We're going to be talking about that too. I don't know where he went. But anyway, that explains that. I think he is, that is level of, let me just start by saying today, boiling point, pressure points, boiling point, whatever, Sagar and Crystal today was absolutely incredible regarding the deal, the Iranian deal. Wow. He apparently is telling Bibi he's had it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay? We'll see. But it's not time. The time is not done. I would like to think that we could try to get Trump back. By the by, what did you think of last night's UFC thing? What did you think of that? Did you see this? I'm not sure. What do you think about that? What was your take? Did you like it? Was it good? Was it? I mean, I'm not a UFC fan. I talked to some young people who said, I think that's really great. It's really cool. Okay, good. Maybe. It's just not. It's not my thing. Okay, so people watch. That's okay. Got a brand new member here. Welcome. And that's terrific. So what we're going to be talking about is something a little bit different, a little bit, something a little bit, dare I say, different. The hardest part for us to realize right now is to answer the question, what is happening? What is happening? Now, let me explain what I think is important regarding this level of information that we see on digital and the like, streaming and podcasting and the like. For the longest time, I think I told you this, for the longest time on radio, I used to ask, why aren't there women on radio? Why don't we have women on radio? Why are there no Rush Limbaughs who are women? Why? What do you think? What do you think is the reason behind that? What is the reason for that? It never made sense to me. It never made sense. I knew great women, still do, who have great and powerful ideas. Left, right, it doesn't matter. But for some reason, it was a men's club. A men's club. In our medium today, we have, and it might be just our particular version, but we have, and I think elsewhere as well, some of the best I've had on so far. Fekete is terrific. She is just another channel. Daily Fredo, Katsia is wonderful. Had her on. I've got Sabby Sabs, excellent. Candace owns the world, and there are so many others. And I've got some others I'm reaching out to who are probably going to say, well, I don't know about this guy, because we thought we were of a position before, which, by the way, we have not lost in any way whatsoever, but we've kind of grown a little bit. Like I told you today, I'm talking to a fellow, and we're talking about how freedom or liberty, rather, surveillance. We're in a surveillance state that is beyond anything he's ever seen. He asked the question to me. I'm talking this one. He goes, where did Trump go? Where did Trump go? Do they have him boxed in? Do they have Trump frightened by some kind of Epstein blackmail? Remember, what is it? It's all of this. And when I talk to people, it's not far-fetched. It's not lunacy. It's not anything like that. It's absolutely, positively an excellent point. So I would be able to ask somebody who is, say, and I'm going to use these terms just for the purposes of whatever, somebody who's left, we'd be able to talk about the same thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am talking to people who are saying, what role, why are we being told, this is what they're saying now, and you answer the question. Why are we being told by Israel what we should do? Why does Trump have to get Bibi's okay? Why? People on the right, people on the left, asking the same question. How are you? Good to see you. Never knew we got along. Never knew we saw things this way. Didn't know this. I didn't know this. Isn't it amazing? I am going to officially tell you that this hesitancy, this belief that somehow Iran made sense to us, that there was some reason why we would want to go to war, is over. The President Trump, who was no new wars, America only, what happened? What are we doing now with the notion of this is the most important? What are we doing now regarding the issue of immigration? Remember the three things that Trump said when he ran 2016 but 2016 in particular. He said, build a wall, drain the swamp, lock her up. Now, did we build a wall? Yes or no? I don't even know is there a wall? Did we finish the wall? Is there a wall still? Whatever happened to the wall? I don't know where the wall is. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know where the wall is. Somebody tell me where the wall is. I don't know. Remember Tom Homan? Tom Homan, every 5 minutes, he goes, like, spit it out, Tom. He had like marbles in his mouth. There's he sounded like Claude Pepper. Where'd he go? Psst, gone. Tulsi Gabbard, psst, gone. Pam Bondi, psst, gone. She's gone. See ya. Have a nice day. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. And I got to tell you something. There's a lot of people like you who say, we've had some great, great people who have been here for 30 whatever years and more. Some who have been domestics. They've raised kids. Some of the kids have been in the military, graduated from college, have families. We got to look at me. We've got to figure out how to keep them here, speed this up, green light them, whatever it is, and say, damn it, I don't know what you've been futzing around with for 30 years, but we're going to speed this up. And then we're going to go to Rikers Island and take all these people and send them to Venezuela and just say, get rid of them. There are Americans who aren't worth a damn. You see these punks, these savages all the time turning cars over when the stupid basketball team wins, going to Chipotle. Have you seen what's happening on cruise ships? Have you seen all of the fights? They call it black fatigue. And this is not a black issue. But what I'm saying is, what is this? This is America? This is America? I don't give a damn who you are, black or white. Why are you attacking cars and cabs and buses? Take these people, get rid of them, bring it, take all these people, raise your hand. What's your name? Consuela, what do? I am a maid. Good. Been through any problem? No. You got people who love her. She works. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Whatever happened to the millions who are already here? 2020 election. Did Trump win the 2020 election? If Trump won, maybe things would be better. I don't know. Now let's talk about what Candace said today. Candace is talking about an incredible connection. There was a show years ago called Connections. It was James. It was wonderful. Go and see this on PBS. Connections, I think it's PBS. His name was, yes, Connections. It was James Burke. Excuse me. James Burke. James Burke. It was from, I don't know what year it was, but you can see it, I think, on Amazon Prime's got a Prime Video. And they made connections. And they told you this was connected to this. And the freezer, the meat freezer, or whatever, was somehow connected to the atom bomb. And you would say, how the hell are they connected? And he would show you how they were connected and blah, 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 blah. Well, there are connections that Candace brought today, which are so interesting about this slain, this poor firefighter. And another one, and regarding this new, was it PETN or whatever, this new form of TNT. TNT is trinitrotoluene. I don't know what this is. Do you think there's something to this? Yes. 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 Absolutely. She's got it. Candace has got it. Got it. Got it. By the way, it was sent a text today to our good friend. Send your prayers to our good friend Baron Coleman. He lost a dear friend of his, and he needs would appreciate. I don't know if he needs, but everybody needs your prayers, your love, your energy. He's a good man, Baron Coleman, good man. And I wanted to speak with him to lend my whatever I can learn in terms of my wisdom, because especially when you lose someone who is close to you, it's a very, very difficult thing. Now, let me go back to what I was saying. Every now and then somebody will say, why are you so, how do I say this? Look at this. Sorry, I misjudged you, Lionel. I really thought you liked Trump. Oh, well, bye. Did you hear me say that? Go ahead, bye. That's okay. You got a new member here, fine. Thank you so much. Bear for the text. You're a brand new one. Did you hear me say about Trump? You thought I liked Trump? Remember, no matter what you say, if you think no matter what you say, somebody's going to say, I thought you liked Trump. And they just come in at the last minute. And I have been through, and I've suffered so much through this man. You have no idea. And I'm not going to explain this to anybody, but just remember, when you do this thing, people will invariably hear what they think they like, or there'll be a litmus test. For example, if you might say, I'm pro-life, I'm pro-choice, or I'm not sure about God, or I am sure, but whatever it is, there's always somebody who says, that's it. Even though I started off speaking to you, I said today, we can disagree with so many things. I want to bring people in. Give you an example. This week on my radio show, somebody said, you mentioned Candace Owens. Candace Owens says she doesn't care for, doesn't like Jews or Jewish people. And I said, you haven't heard a word she said. Again, this is what you happen all the time. She said, did you say Mearsheimer? Mearsheimer is an anti-Semite. There's Carolina. Mearsheimer. None of these people are anti. I put a call out today. I haven't talked to our good friend Colonel McGregor in a while. Is he anti? Hey, have you ever heard anybody say anything about Jewish people? I won't deal with anybody who doesn't like somebody who's Jewish. I don't want to talk with anybody who doesn't like somebody who's Muslim, or who's atheist, or who's Zoroastrian, or who's a Baha'i. This doesn't exist. There are people in the world who just don't listen. They don't understand the variabilities of this. And what's happening right now is the president has been sold a bill of goods, and even J.D. Vance is out there saying, how do we do this? Iran is more powerful today than they were before the war. Now, you tell me how you have a war and people are more powerful. It's unbelievable. This guy, I don't recognize now. I don't know what he's doing. There's no way. If I walked in the White House and said, okay, clock the door, and I don't know who's in the Situation Room, somebody's recording him. This Maggie Haberman or whatever. I mean, this is national security business here. But I would sit there with the president and say, okay, nobody's listening. Okay, yeah. What the hell's the matter with you? Is it Bibi? Yes. You can't be for this. No. You don't even know where Iran is on the map. Not really. And now you've got, you want Lebanon, you got the Lebanese army, and then Hezbollah, and do you know what you're doing? This has nothing to do with us. Sometimes there are some people who are so great and gracious, you can't thank them enough by only saying thank you. Have you ever seen the Liberty Bell? It's beautiful. Please visit Philadelphia and go to the Constitutional. Thank you. I say Pepe Escobar. This is the thing which is the most important thing in the world. This is the most important. Nothing is perfect. The JCPOA, whatever, the Obama deal was actually good. I know nobody wants to talk to, as my good friend Paulie Cigars one time said. He said, quoting Cam Fong as Chinho, he says, we're all in this together, brother. But I was talking to my friend Paulie. And by the way, if you're ever in Arthur Avenue, just go in. There he is in the front. Go into where Mike, my good friend David Greco in the back, Mike's Deli. You see the cigars in the front? Let me just say a little timeout. The treasure of New York. Whenever somebody comes here, I take him to Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. Absolutely. The Botanical Gardens nearby. That is, people say the Bronx. The Bronx. Yes, that's it. That's where you go. It is so legit. So wonderful. I got to tell you something. Paulie and I were talking about this the other day. Madonna Bakery, olive bread. Olive bread is crack. Olive bread is crack. Just right here. Put it in my, I can't. Anyway. Remember, you come to New York, just go to Arthur Avenue. When you go there, make sure you go to the Arthur Avenue, the market there. Go see my friend David Greco at Mike's Deli and see Paulie Cigars. You'll know who he is. I love authenticity. And going back to what we were saying before, which is so critical. See, I live in a world right now where the rules mean nothing to me if the rules don't mean anything. Let's take Candace Owens. Candace Owens has absolutely positively identified this Erika Kirk as the biggest phony. She's now getting dangerous. She's now pretending like she doesn't know what Charlie was going through. Did you see the oh my God, I have it on my Twitter. In fact, Candace mentioned it today. Charlie talking about the Butler case. And he's presaging, he's basically telling everybody what happened to him. Did you see this? Did you see it? It was unbelievable. It was like something I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was so eerie to hear him talk about what happened to President Trump. That happened to him. I can't believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe what's going on. It boggles the mind. You understand what's happening? This young man, this man, Charlie Kirk, at the prime of his life, who represented so much and turned more young people on to a new way of thinking. He was so critical. It just so happens that right before his dispatch, what he was telling everybody, all of his friends, Candace, who was probably his closest friend, what he was telling all of them was basically his thoughts about how things had changed regarding the involvement, or his recommendation for involvement of America in Iran and its association with Netanyahu. But she forgets this. She left this out. It is absolutely, positively the most, how do I say this, inconceivable of errors for her to leave this out. And it makes people say, are you in on this? Are you in on this? Doctora Latina says to me, Corey Campadori, being invited to the front row at Butler at the penultimate moment is eerie. Thoughts? If your skin doesn't horripilate, if the little hairs on your skin are not immediately just, then there's something very wrong with you. Everything, the beeper. Remember a while back, I said something to you, and I said this, and I hope you remember this. And I'm not one of these people who says, I was the one who said, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But remember, I was talking about this idea of the microphone, this microphone that Charlie was wearing. It either exploding, being the source of whatever the projectile is, or however you want to read it. But do you remember we were talking about this? And I remember saying, just in passing, not even anything, but I thought, when you have something like this, a device that doesn't, a device, to horripilate little hairs when your erectile little dermal reactions, horripilation. Also, when you turn red, it's a wonderful word is to wax rubescent, and to be redolent. Anyway, I said, do you remember how odd it was, or how there was this time when it was a very interesting notion, very interesting, very strange notion. It was this idea, very odd, but it was this idea that somehow, it was very weird, that you have this device that goes out and goes off, and it involves itself because of a charge, where something that you would put on your body is used as a weapon. They did this before. Remember, there was a case. This is Mossad, by the way. And they're very proud of it. In fact, Leslie Stahl interviewed him, and they said, "There's no. This is not being mean." Remember, there was the mechanic. The mechanic was a supposed. This was the story. A supposed a terrorist who had a device. No, who was known for doing terrible things. So what happened was, excuse me, I've got so many things looking. They took his phone, and somebody got his phone, and they said, "Can you we'll take it," and they put a layer of, I don't know what it was. Could have been this BEDN, could have been something. Semtex, who knows? And he put it up to his ear when he answered the phone. In fact, it was his cousin or somebody who sold him out. Anyway, he puts it up to his ear. Pow. Up to his ear. Talk about a directional charge. There's no doubt about that, in your ear. And they thought this was terrific. These are the same people right after Operation, what was it, Tip of the Sword or whatever. It was to avenge Black September, to go after the Fatah people, the Arafat people. There was a fellow that they wanted to get in particular, and they went into his apartment. And they could have taken these people out with a like a rifle or something, with a sniper. But no. They went into his apartment. There was a table he used to talk on the phone or whatever. Somehow they took this table, either made a replica of it or took the marble off, replaced it with nothing but this explosive material. Made sure, the story goes, I think it was called Gideon's Trumpet or Gideon's Sword or something. It was a book I read. And they waited till he left, and they called him up and then detonated it. They wanted you to know, and it makes smart, that you can't escape. You can't escape. You can't escape from us. You can't escape from us. Nowhere. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to get away. We're going to be here. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. And if you think about it, it's in a very strange way admirable, in a very odd way. It's kind of admirable. It's interesting. It's intriguing, the mentality. So you have a device that one would think was something else. The beeper. Candace said it right on. Why would you give President Trump a beeper? It's like giving him a landmine or something. They were so proud of it. And this device, and it's one of those things where after the fact, you say, wow. Interesting. This is so interesting. Isn't it funny? And what Candace is doing is she's asking the questions that nobody else is asking. And I ask you, why wouldn't you? Why would anybody know? And all of a sudden, and then you've got Erika, who the night before, I forget what it was, is one instance, she was 100% not anti-Israel, but they use the word Zionist, but the military program, the geopolitics, the foreign policy. And then the next day, she's changed her mind. She's a tool. She is a tool. Now, let me explain something to you. What Candace is bringing up is critical. You have to make people aware of this. And when I hear all they're talking about, what is his name? Who was that British twit who used to be on Douglas Murray, whatever his name is? He's going to be on with Barry White. Oh, he's awful. Mitch McConnell. He's in the hospital. wish him well. I don't want to see anybody hurt. They act like he's a great man. It's like, what are you talking about? You see, we don't have any common sense people in the world. Our country, our government, our media have been taken hostage by this abnegation of America first. It's that simple. And I want you to understand what's happening. It's that simple. And you can do this all you want. You can ride this all you want. But if you're not a member of this country, or if you don't have citizenship, sole citizenship here, if you don't believe in the future of America here, in addition to all of the problems that we have to deal with, a new problem is we are being sold out in Ukraine, maybe not so much that, and now with Iran and the Middle East. And we have had it. And there's a new group of people. Listen to what I'm saying. Many of them Jewish. You can't call them anti-Semitic. You cannot do this. It doesn't make any sense. Read Haaretz. Read it. You can't be anti-Semitic if you're Jewish. I guess you could be can you be a white supremacist if you're black? It knows no corollary. It knows no corollary. And what people like Candace and Tucker and everybody, I heard today, Max Blumenthal, Aaron Mate, brilliant. Judge Napolitano, Johnson, just there is a group of us. And who do they have? Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro. It's over. Not for them. Remember, they don't care about this. They've got their country. They've got their war. That's all they care about. And this president, if he's going to lose doing something wrong here. Ask Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson was one of the most progressive. How old was Lyndon Johnson? Remember Lyndon Johnson? Lyndon Johnson, LBJ, age at death. When I saw this, he was LBJ. I'm getting this. I'm getting Ketanji Brown. No, that's not one. LBJ, age of death. He was 64. This blew me. You know, when you just get off. This year I'll be 68. When I saw him, and he had his glasses got real thick. He had the long hair, white hair. I thought, my God, what happened to you? It killed him. He said later on, how did I get drawn into this? What was I doing? Because he didn't want to be the first American president to lose a war. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And President Trump, you can have all the reflecting pools you want, and you can have all the, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is unbelievable. Indeed, I want to thank you for following Lynn's Warriors. She is, oh my God. Wait till she tells you what's going on. And thank you for our dear friends, like my dear friend Edie Crowley, who has always been there for us. We never forget you. Let me stop. Am I making sense to you? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. This is LBJ. Let me tell you something. I know people say, look, all Trump cares about is his money. No, he doesn't just want money. He's got money. Maybe he wants more money. That's not it. He wants his legacy. You don't understand. And the way they have to get to him is saying, Mr. President, you're going to make LBJ look like Lincoln compared to this. This is going to be your boondoggle. You're being pushed around. And then they say, what happens? The reason why people are saying this is because they keep saying it's Epstein. They've got the goods on you. You've got to do something about this. You can't. We believed in you. I believed in him. I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Remember when he had those rallies? He can't even have a rally. They took away from him. What made him special, he connected with people. They took it away from him. And when he is not able to explain why he canceled the investigation into his own dispatch, you tell me how that makes sense. And Candace, bless her heart, is going after using a FOIA request. And it's funny she says FOIA. Sounds like the way somebody in Brooklyn says FOIA. FOIA. It's on the foyer, on the door. Come in inside, in the parlor, in the foyer. Anyway, the questions that are pointing to us, that we scream out to be answered, nobody is talking about it. And meanwhile, that miserable, I'm so sick of that, Erika. Enough with this crying. It's over. It's stupid. You're a grown woman. Stop. You never talk about what you're doing for TPUSA. It's one show about, I've never seen it. I've never seen, everybody else is on TV and they're strong and they're powerful. They get over. She's a baby. She's this little girl who says, instead of saying, look, what she should do is, I can't come on your show because I'm a mess. That's okay. She loves to show you. Nobody's telling her don't cry. Don't go on these shows. Don't keep doing this. Don't use it as a prop. Cry your ass off. It doesn't matter. Why are you doing this? Why are you constantly doing this? This is something which I don't understand. And they've not lifted a finger to find out who is responsible for Charlie. Why do you think that is? Why, pray tell? Someone answer me. Do you know anybody? Is anybody listening? Have any idea? Any guess? Any hunch? Any, that's interesting. Why don't you think anyone seems to be interested in why Trump decided to cancel the investigation into his assassination? And why are they fighting so far to tell us where Kash Patel is? Why are you not telling us? Do you think for 1 minute that Kash Patel, because he's just loving that plane, he's trying to get laid so hard, he can't wait, I'm getting laid. Kash, you got to do something. I'm getting laid. Yeah, I know you're getting laid. She's a country music star. Look at me. I had one question. When Kash, busts a nut, does that eye straighten out? I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I had to ask. Normally people get that bend tremor like, whoa. Does he look normal only because he looks like he's in orgasmic, extremis? This is a guy, I can't believe this. He is such a schmuck. Pete Hegseth, he's a little puppy. A little puppy does whatever he has to. That's right. I'm a command. You're the Secretary of War. Want to do some push-ups? No, I don't want to do any push-ups. No, I don't want to do any push-ups. What are you talking about? And down Bongina, Dan, what a little pussy this guy is. Have you ever seen anybody in your life who sounds like the guy ranting and raving by himself on the subway platform. What is he doing? What is this guy about? He's out of his mind. Dan Bongina screaming and howling and yelling. Thank God he left. Why did he really leave? This is so weird. And Trump doesn't deserve this. But it's too late. He's not listening to me. He's not listening to me. What do you think the goods are? Can you believe this? Can you believe this? I'm engaged. The other day, it's one comedy moment. Poor Vance. I'm a fiddle player. And I do turkey in the straw. And do-si-do. I do a do-si-do. I'm a barista. And I do skits. One of my favorite characters is I play Vance, a closeted gay man who has over-the-top effeminate traits. Yes, I know that's my name, and yes, it's not much of a stretch. But that was a skit. That was a skit I was doing. It's a barista. Yeah. And I play the fiddle. And then when they finally caught him, remember in the car? I just want to say one thing. This is to you, Miss Candace. I don't know where you get off thinking I'm some sissy boy. But I sure as hell I'm not. I'm an actor. I want you to understand one damn thing. I'm an actor. And one of my favorite acting jobs to be, like my good friend Nussery, and these damn names, I can't read them. Well, thank you. One thing I like to do is I like to take on roles that are completely antithetical to me. I'm a manly man. I go out there and I hunt beaver. That's right, real beaver. And I'll field gun them right there. Eat them raw. That's right, eat beaver. In the raw, okay, I just choke them. I choke chickens and eat beaver. That's what I do. That's right. And don't make fun of it. That's what we call it. Because beaver meat is a fine delicacy. And you got to know when to eat beaver and when not. You don't want to eat beaver at the wrong time. And you get the wrong beaver, oh, man. And you'll know, you get a hold of a bad beaver, and you will know, you'll be 5 feet away, and you'll say, what the hell is that? My eyes is crying. You got some bad beaver smelling funky. And when the beaver smells funky, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's nature's way of saying, put that down. Get away from it. I mean, if your eyes water, you get some bad beaver. Oh man. And it stays with you, haunts your soul. That's why I'm a chicken man. That's right. Field raised, farm raised, free range. And to go on, I choke my chicken. I choke them real good. I grab that thing and I will choke it. And you got to yank it. You take the head and you yank it like that. A couple of times like that. That's what you do. That's the best way to do it. Now I know what you're thinking because y'all are sick. Let me tell you something. I'm not a sissy boy at all. I play the fiddle. All right, you got that? I don't appreciate what you're talking about. I got my old friend here. Cash, come here. You tell him. I'm getting laid. That's right. He's getting laid. That makes one of us. Say what you want about Cash. He's getting some. Me? I'm stuck in a barista farm doing nothing, playing the goddamn turkey in the straw. Let me tell you something. I don't appreciate this. You got that, Candace? I don't have your kind of money. Let me tell you something about this woman. You probably wonder, what the hell are you doing with this Alex, whatever her name is? I'll tell you why. She's batshit crazy. Scares me. I don't know what she'll do. I might wake up in the middle of the night, find a razor blade or a meat cleaver between my shoulder blades. If you talk to her, she's out of her mind. These people are crazy. Everywhere I go, these people are crazy. You know who else is crazy too? Is that dang, what the hell's her name? Oh, yeah. Dana. Have you seen her? Ooh, the widow. Oh, my God. So what's going to happen, my friends, right now? You know it and I know it. Sad to say, I couldn't care less about TPUSA. That's up to them. But when they cover up who killed Charlie, that's a different story. That is a different story completely. That's when you lose me big time. That's it. Period. That man needs something. He's calling down from wherever. He said, did you forget me? Why hast thou forsaken me? To reference the popular quote. And if it wasn't for Candace, who'd be doing it? And who is this Caddis guy? Who is this guy? Who is this pastor? Who is this guy? Hey, sweetheart. Let me ask you something. When you saw there, we played it. When that letter came in or whatever it was that old Erika read, don't you think she wrote that herself? Don't you think she wrote that herself? Seriously, be honest with you. Lionel gets us cranked up. I like that. Is that what I do? Is that what you call it? Well, I'm glad I do it because you need to get cranked up. I'm telling you right now. Don't you think she wrote that thing? Don't you think she sat down? Somebody even said the way she used the word babies, my babies. These are her terms. And it also makes no sense because I don't know how come when you love the Lord as a woman, she, remember I told you it doesn't make any sense. She said, I give my soul to my babies and then I don't. I don't know what the hell's called. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make out of it. I don't know. All I know is these people, all they care about is they say, she's crying. Enough with that. Let me tell you something. Kash Patel is an embarrassment. Hexit is an embarrassment. The ones who were good, the really good one, Tulsi Gabbard, she's got to come back. She's got to come back. You are going to see the reason why I'm trying to tell you this is you're going to see a bunch of people who are coming together that do not necessarily agree with each other on a lot of things. But there's a new America here and a new political configuration and a new group of people who say we worry about different things. We worry about different things than we used to. It's a different world we're living in, a tremendously different, a totally different world. And that's the part I'm trying to say. That's the thing which is the most important. It is a different, totally, completely different world. A world that does not lend itself to the left and right. And Trump is going to have thrown it away. And let me tell you something. Trump's a lame duck to an extent, but J.D. Vance, he's going to pick up on this. And J.D. Vance is going to have to walk away. And they have told J.D. Vance flat out through Peter Thiel, if you want to be the president, don't you think you're going to show any kind of independence? You're going to continue with our movement, so to speak, regarding the Middle East and Israel and Lebanon and Gaza. You understand that? You do understand that, right? And they're telling him flat out, don't you think for a moment that you're going to back off of that. Don't think for a moment. That's precisely what's happening right now. So it's getting so interesting and so good. It's not even funny. Now, by the way, I led you or asked you if there were people that you think would be interesting. Whom would you like me to interview? I put a lot of feelers out there because, believe me, I want to make them feel, they will feel, of course, welcome. But I'm so interested in people, and they're not necessarily people that I would agree with. Candace did that with Hunter Biden. So who would you got to ask? Sabby Sabs, she was a left, whatever. I don't even want to use. But to stop using those words. Oh, Theo, I hope you saw today's piece on my analysis of Theo. Theo is I don't know. He only does his thing, I believe, in his studio. He's going through a lot of things. The last elected president with a beard might have been, that's a great question. Last president with beard. Last president would have been Benjamin Harrison, was the last serving president to have a beard from 1889 to 1893, just 4 years. Benjamin Harrison. Did you know this? When did they stop? They stopped, 1893. There's also the list of presidents with facial hair. The majority of presidents of the United States have been clean shaven, including the founding fathers, between 1861 and 1913. But all but two presidents, Andrew Johnson and William McKinley, wore either beards or mustaches during their tenure in the office. Since 1913, all presidents have been clean shaven, except for Harry Truman, who famously stopped shaving during a 2-week vacation in Key West after his hard-fought election, but was clean shaven. Isn't that interesting? It's a very interesting thing. There used to be I don't know. We sort of went through this for a while when people were growing out their beards. I have grown out my beard before, and I will look like, people have asked me, "Are you okay?" Because it just, sometimes it grows out like this. This one grows out like, it just looks crazy. And I did it one time to see how far could I grow it out. I couldn't stop. And then I would brush it up, and it would just. I thought, this is terrific. It was just fun, because all you do is just you grab it and it's just. And I had to stop. It really scared people. And wouldn't it be funny if women, wouldn't you love to grow a beard? But I mean, wouldn't you love to? Wouldn't it be great just for a while? Wouldn't you like to just let it go? It's fun. Remember when wouldn't you like to do that? If you could switch being a woman to being a man one day, see this poor Elliot, whatever, this actor, it's pathetic. But what would you want to be? What would you want to be? Would you want to be a woman just for one day? You switch back, but just for a day. I don't know if you'll look any different or if you just, I don't know. But what would you ever not want to come back? What would you think first? Not so much about, but you would want to, check out all the moving parts, but you would want to go through, I don't know if you want to go through childbirth, but I think a period, some menstrual period, I think it'd be worth a shot just to get an idea. Just to get an idea. I think people would be amazed. I think men would be amazed at how tough it is. I can vouch for it. I think because it's before and after any kind of hormonal swing. I'm one of the only ones I can tell you because I've seen it firsthand for all of my life. I have never, ever, ever questioned the veracity, the truth, or the legitimacy of menstrual whatever. You understand? I mean to tell you, somebody says, I haven't shaved. You haven't shaved or you haven't trimmed? You have trimmed your beard? I haven't shaved a beard since 40, like 86, like 40 years, something like that. Because I remember one time I after I won this case, this attempted first degree murder case, I said, I'm gonna grow a beard. I'm gonna celebrate. It was like, whoa. And I thought, I kind of like this. It's fun because you don't know how it's gonna look. You know what I mean? It's just whatever it is. And I think it's also, believe it or not, there's kind of something, I don't know why. It's kind of fun. It's fun. Caveman days. Monthly cleanse. Wouldn't you want to do perhaps maybe sexually one time? Would you like to switch one time? You know what I mean? As a man, as a woman, just what would you? I think it'd be fascinating. I wonder if you would think differently, and I wonder if you would. I would hope I would remember what it was like being a woman, not so much as you go through a form of amnesia, but I'd like to know what I thought, how I thought, what I was thinking. Does that make any sense to you? You got that? October 30th, 2012, Jack's birthday. Who was Jack, please? Candace's show today was heavy only because of what she revealed. Look at this. It's very good. This is from Mr. Lima. If this is true, it is a sad state of reality. I'm leaning towards that being the truth. Charlie was so betrayed, and so are we. Oh, absolutely. Listen to me. Listen to me. This is, if we're in a jungle or a forest or the woods and we're hunting something and we find droppings from a moose or a bear, whatever it is we're trying to get, we continue. You don't just say, what is your preoccupation with poop? And say, because that's what the animal leaves. And what Candace is saying is, what do you think happens? How do people how do they event something? Let me explain something. I cannot believe how when somebody is, it's nobody loses any sleep. It's like, oh, well, we're becoming too and too habituated to it. We're becoming too much used to it. And I'm telling you, Candace is going to continue with this. And also, I do not know this. I do not know this for a fact. So what I'm telling you is just my opinion. But I would not be surprised if there was a white hat, meaning a good guy in the intel services, who wanted to get the news to Candace and say, this is what you should know. I know a little bit about these devices, and I know a little bit about such and such. Stu Peters is interesting. Howie Carr. I don't think Howie Carr liked me. One time I said something to Howie Carr. Stu Peters. How about Stu Gatz? Maybe we'll interview Stu Gatz. info@lionelmedia.com. Send me your information. info@lionelmedia.com. I like people who talk about this, but other things as well. But just to find out sort of, I like obviously, people who agree, how do I say this? People who agree politically, but are from a different angle. Does that make any sense to you? You got that? Okay. All right, my friends. Fred says, answers, which a lot of people could answer towards most things. Once you get past the itchy stage, it's easy to deal with. You know what I mean? Daddy, what's sex like? Well, once you get past the itchy stage, it's easier to deal with. What's it like in the Marines? Once you get past the itchy stage. It's just a great answer for virtually everything. So anyway, my friends, I thank you. Please, 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 thank you so much for following Mrs. L. Thank you. Thank you. Lynn's Warriors. Also, sign up for the newsletter. It's a dandy. Sign up for it. I've got a link. Look at this, Raul Rodriguez. You son of a bitch. God bless you. Anyway, so please do me a favor and sign up for that. If you go in the section here in the introduction, the description, there's that link as well. Because this is a good one. It's free and I put stuff out. It makes you think. Plus, you'll learn some good words. All right, my friends, don't forget, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams. Don't forget, Friday, Sabby Sabs, and the 26th, a week from Friday, Candace Owens, right here on our show, right here. The inimitable, the ineffable, the one, the only. All right, my friends, I loves you. I do, I do, I do. And as Cash Patel would say, I'm getting late. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a great and a glorious night. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See you then. Don't forget the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.